99% of men never do this, yet women love it. It may sound exaggerated, but let me ask you this. How many times have you seen a man who seems to have everything, looks, money, confidence, yet still fails to build deep, lasting connections with women? It's not about status. It's not about charm. The truth is, most men ignore the small but powerful gestures that make them unforgettable. And today, I'm revealing 10 hidden secrets women crave but rarely admit. These aren't the cliché dating tips you've heard 1,000 times. These are subtle psychological triggers, backed by science and sharpened by Stoic wisdom, that change the way women perceive you. Imagine this. What if you could tap into a woman's subconscious desires she doesn't even realize she has? What if you could stand out from 99% of men, not by chasing, not by proving yourself, but by showing her something deeper? Here's the reality. If you don't understand these secrets, you're playing the game blind. You'll miss out on the kind of attraction that lingers in her mind long after you've left the room. That's why you need to stay until the end of this video, because the final secret, the 10th one, is the most powerful of them all. And once you see it, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. So before we begin, do me a favor. If you're serious about mastering this, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the kind of life-changing insights we share here. Now, let's begin. Secret 1, the power of touch before intimacy. Picture this, you're on a date. The conversation flows easily. She's smiling, laughing. Everything feels smooth, and yet something is missing. You drop her off, send a message later, and then silence. No response. What happened? Most men make the same mistake. They believe attraction is built only through words. They think a clever conversation is enough. But for women, connection is never just verbal. It's emotional. It's physical. And one of the most overlooked ways to create that connection is touch. Not in a pushy or aggressive way, not in a way that makes her feel pressured, but in a subtle, intentional, deeply human way. One of the simplest, yet most powerful gestures a man can make is offering a gentle, non-sexual touch before intimacy. Something as small as a slow, reassuring massage. Why is this so powerful? Because for women, emotional connection often outweighs physical attraction. A touch given with presence, patience, and care communicates more than words ever could. It says, "I see you. I value you. You are safe with me." It's not about being skilled with your hands. It's not about performing. It's about being present, being grounded in the moment, allowing her to relax, to feel understood, not just desired. The difference lies in your intent. If you're just going through the motions, she'll feel it. But if you're truly attentive, if you're noticing how she responds, how she breathes, how she softens, you'll create a moment she never forgets. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one, don't overthink it. Don't make it strange. Just be present. Let your actions speak louder than your words." Here's the truth. Most men will never understand this. That's why they stay stuck in shallow connections, wondering why things fade. But the men who do master it, the men who learn the power of subtle, intentional touch, become unforgettable. Because in a world addicted to instant gratification, presence is rare, and presence is irresistible. Secret 2, Flirting with confidence and respect. Most men misunderstand flirting. They either push too hard, coming across as desperate, or they hold back so much that they fade into the background. But here's the truth. Women love flirting when it's done with confidence, subtlety, and respect. Flirting isn't about trying to impress her with rehearsed lines or exaggerated compliments. It's not about forcing laughter or proving your worth. Real flirting is an art. It's playful, it's light, it's effortless. It creates excitement without pressure, intimacy without neediness. Think of it like a dance. You lead, she follows, but neither of you feels forced. Sometimes it's as simple as a light tease. She tells you about her favorite food, and you respond with a confident smirk. Really? That's the best you've got? You've clearly never tried my cooking. It's not about the joke itself. It's about the energy behind it. A subtle challenge, a spark of playfulness, something that makes her lean in instead of pulling away. Here's what most men don't realize. The moment you try too hard to impress her, you lose your edge. Women are drawn to men who are at ease in their own skin, men who can tease, smile, or joke without needing approval. This is where Stoicism sharpens the art of flirting. A high-value man doesn't flirt to win validation. He flirts because he enjoys the moment itself. He remains emotionally grounded, never desperate for her reaction. And often, it's not your words that make her feel attraction, it's your presence, your body language, the way you hold eye contact without flinching, the slow smirk, the well-timed pause, the calm confidence that says, I don't need to prove myself. That energy speaks louder than any pickup line. So ask yourself, when you flirt, are you seeking her approval, or are you simply enjoying the interaction? Master this balance, and you'll notice how attraction shifts naturally in your favor. Because true flirting isn't about performance. It's about presence. Secret 3, the power of touching her hair. Most men completely overlook this, and yet it's one of those rare, subtle gestures that can create an instant sense of intimacy when done with timing and intention. I'm talking about the power of touching her hair. The scalp is one of the most sensitive areas of the body, filled with nerve endings that trigger deep emotional responses. A gentle, well-placed touch, brushing a strand away from her face or resting your hand briefly in her hair, can say more than words ever could. But here's the key. It's not about the act itself. It's about the presence behind it. If you do it carelessly, absent-mindedly, or too soon, it feels forced or even intrusive. But if the moment is right, if the chemistry is alive, if she leans in just slightly and her eyes invite closeness, that single gesture can create a spark of trust and attraction that lingers. Picture this. You're sitting together in deep conversation. The mood is warm. She's engaged, leaning closer. You reach out, slowly, intentionally, and tuck a loose strand of hair behind her ear. That simple action carries a message. I'm here. I see you. I'm present with you. It's not about control. It's not about performance. It's about creating a small, intimate moment that lives in her memory long after the night ends. From a Stoic perspective, this is about restraint and awareness. You don't act out of impulse or desire. You act out of timing, presence, and connection. Because a man who can read the moment, who can hold back when it's not right and lean in when it is, that man demonstrates both strength and emotional intelligence. Touching her hair is not about possession. It's about connection. And in a world where most men rush, push, and take, the man who knows the art of restraint, the man who waits for the right moment, becomes unforgettable. Secret 4. The hand on her back in public. It may seem small, almost insignificant, but a simple, confident touch on a woman's back, done in the right way at the right time, communicates volumes without a single word. Picture this. You're walking together toward the entrance of a restaurant. You step ahead to open the door, and as you guide her forward, your hand rests briefly and deliberately on her lower back. It's not heavy, it's not forceful, it's light, intentional, and gone within a second. That single gesture says, I'm present. I'm aware. You're with a man who leads most men either hesitate, afraid of making it awkward, or they overdo it, trying to control the moment. Both extremes fail. The true art lies in balance. It's not about possession. It's not about dominance. It's about quiet leadership. A man who carries himself with calm authority doesn't need to announce it. His presence makes her feel it. From a woman's perspective, this touch is primal. It signals protection. It signals confidence. It signals that you move through the world with intention, and she feels safer by your side because of it. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one a good man doesn't seek approval for his actions. He simply embodies strength, awareness, and self-mastery." The hand on her back is not about asking for validation. It's not about hoping for a reaction. It's about living as a man who leads with presence. And in a world full of men who are either timid or overbearing, the one who finds this subtle balance stands apart. Because true leadership doesn't need to shout. It speaks in quiet gestures that leave a lasting impression. Secret 5. Be her hero, the protector. Let's strip away the noise for a moment. Every man deep down feels it, the urge to protect, to shield, to stand strong. Not because she's weak, not because you want control, but because it's hardwired into your masculine core to lead, to provide safety, to hold steady when the world shakes. And here's what most men miss. Women crave this presence, not a bodyguard, not a dictator, but a man whose very energy says without words, "You're safe with me." But here's the mistake. Most men think being her hero means fixing problems, offering solutions, or trying to rescue her from her emotions. That's not what she wants. What she truly desires is a man who can remain calm in her storm. A man who doesn't flinch when she's emotional, who doesn't dismiss, minimize, or make it about himself. She wants to know you can stand firm while she unravels, that you won't lose your clarity when she loses hers. That's real protection. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's not about grand gestures. It's about being steady, quiet, unshakable. When she feels that from you, she relaxes into her femininity. She lets go because now she knows she doesn't have to carry everything on her own. Being her protector means letting her express herself without rushing to fix it. Listening with your presence, not just your ears. Staying composed when she tests your frame, not to punish her, but to prove her storm cannot break you. Stepping up in stressful moments without over-explaining, your calm presence says more than words ever could. But let me be clear, being her protector is not about being her punching bag. It doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or chaos. You protect her best when you protect your own peace first. Because a man who cannot defend his own emotional state will never truly protect hers. This is where Stoic philosophy sharpens you. Seneca wrote, "No man was ever wise by chance." You don't stumble into this role, you choose it. You build it. You embody it, not to impress her, not to prove yourself, but because it's who you are. And here's the paradox. When you step fully into that energy, she looks at you differently. She softens. She trusts. She follows, not because you saved her, but because you never needed saving. That's the protector she craves, not of her body, but of her peace. Not by force, but by presence. Not with noise, but with unwavering strength. Secret 6, the charm of a beard. At first glance, it's just facial hair. But to her, a beard, when worn with confidence, can trigger something far deeper than appearance. Not every woman prefers it. Some love a clean shave, some enjoy scruff, others admire a full, rugged beard. But regardless of preference, a well-kept beard has always carried an ancient signal: masculinity, maturity, quiet strength. And here's why. A beard doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you are perceived. It communicates discipline, experience, and presence. It whispers, "This man is no longer a boy." He knows who he is psychologically. Facial hair has long symbolized dominance, not the loud, insecure kind, but the calm and steady kind. The kind of dominance that enters a room without announcement. The kind that is felt in silence. When she runs her fingers along your jaw, it's not only about texture, it's about contrast. Her softness against your edge, her delicacy against your ruggedness. It's polarity, and polarity is the engine of attraction. But here's the mistake men make. Thinking a beard alone will make them attractive. It won't. A beard is only as powerful as the man who wears it. An unkempt, careless beard signals neglect, not strength. But a clean, intentional one reflects discipline. It shows you take care of yourself, that you respect detail, that you embody presence. As Epictetus said, know first who you are, then adorn yourself accordingly. A beard doesn't make you strong. It reflects the strength you already have. And this is why it's magnetic. Not because of the hair on your face, but because of the man behind it. A man who is grounded in purpose, selective with his attention, silent when needed, firm in who he is. That's the charm of a beard. It's not fashion. It's not a trend. It's a symbol, a quiet reminder that this is a man who doesn't need to prove himself. He already is. Secret 7. The power of shared laughter. When was the last time you made a woman truly laugh? Not a polite chuckle, not the forced, "You're so funny," after a weak joke. I mean real laughter. The kind that makes her throw her head back and forget herself for a moment. The kind that makes her reach for your arm without even thinking. The kind that drops her guard faster than any smooth line ever could. Here's what most men don't realize. Laughter isn't just entertainment. It's intimacy. It bypasses her defenses, slips past logic, and speaks directly to her nervous system. When a woman laughs with you, her body releases oxytocin, the same bonding hormone released during touch, intimacy, and trust. In that moment, you're no longer just the man she's talking to. You're the man she feels safe with, the man who feels like home. But here's the mistake. Most men try too hard. They turn into performers, clowns, or comedians, thinking humor alone will win her heart. But women don't want a show. They want presence. True laughter is not forced. It comes from timing, from noticing the small, overlooked details, from daring to be playful in a world where most men are stiff and self-conscious. picture this. You're sitting together. The mood is quiet, low-key. You make a perfectly timed comment about something only the two of you noticed. She tries to hold it in but fails, and suddenly you're both laughing. That moment is unforgettable, not because of the words, but because of the feeling. She won't replay the joke. She'll replay how light she felt with you, and in a world that feels heavy to her most days, that feeling is addictive. Some men think laughter makes them weak, that being playful kills respect. But that's backwards. The man who can laugh without losing his edge, the man who carries both depth and lightness, he's rare, he's magnetic. Because his masculinity isn't fragile. His presence isn't threatened by joy. He knows that real strength can smile, that stillness can spark, that control and lightness can exist together. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it." The Stoic man knows how to reframe life, and laughter is that reframe. It's the shift from tension to ease, from pressure to play. So don't forget this. The man who makes her laugh isn't just fun. He's unforgettable. Because laughter isn't just sound. It's a bond, a signal, a moment she'll never want to lose. Secret 8, the power of dreams. Let's step beyond attraction for a moment, beyond touch, beyond teasing, beyond chemistry. What women truly crave, but rarely know how to ask for, is a man with a dream. Not just a job, not just a short-term goal, but a vision, a direction, a mission larger than himself. Because here's the truth, nothing pulls a woman in deeper than a man who is unapologetically walking toward something greater. It's not about money. It's not about fame. It's not even about the dream itself. It's about what the dream says about you. It tells her you're alive. You're not stagnant. You wake up with a purpose. And that energy is magnetic. Think about it. When a man says, "I can't stay long, I've got work to do," and he means it, it hits her in a way compliments never could. Because he's not avoiding her. He's not losing himself in her. He's showing her he's grounded in something bigger. That's the secret. You don't win her heart by obsessing over her. You win it by focusing on your path, your fire, your vision, and letting her witness it. And here's the paradox. The more you place your mission above her, the more secure she feels with you. Not because she feels neglected, but because she feels safe with a man who cannot be broken by moods, whims, or validation. Every feminine woman is asking herself, consciously or not, can I follow this man? Not physically, but emotionally, energetically, spiritually. She wants to know that being with you means she's going somewhere, that life with you isn't a dead-end street of comfort without direction. Men with vision don't chase, they attract, because their dream itself becomes the filter. It draws the right women in and quietly pushes the wrong ones away. So ask yourself, what are you building? What excites you more than her validation? What mission would you pursue even if no one believed in it but you? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way that is dream energy. It's not about ease. It's about choosing the harder path and building anyway. And here's the beauty. Even if she never says a word, she sees it. She sees the fire in your eyes when you talk about your vision. She sees your discipline, your late nights, your focus. And deep down, she feels safe. Not because you put her at the center of your world, but because your world has direction, and she can step into it with trust. That is the power of dreams. They create gravity. They pull her in, and they make you unforgettable. Secret 9, the power of listening. Most men hear, very few actually listen. And this is where attraction shifts from surface level to something unforgettable. Because when a woman feels truly heard, she feels safe, she feels seen. And that, brother, is intimacy. Listening is not nodding while you wait for your turn to speak. It's not letting her talk while your mind drifts elsewhere. It's not saying, I understand, without understanding. Real listening is presence. It's keeping your eyes on her without distraction. It's catching the shift in her tone when she mentions her father. It's remembering something small she said weeks ago and bringing it back at the perfect moment. Do you want to know what truly blows her mind? Not flowers, not expensive gifts, but when you pay attention so closely that you understand the meaning behind her words, even the ones she doesn't say. Because women don't just speak to solve problems. They speak to connect, to release emotion, to feel understood. And the man who rushes her, who interrupts, who tries to fix everything too quickly, he kills connection. But the man who listens with patience, with stillness, with curiosity, he becomes magnetic. Here's the hidden truth. When a woman feels emotionally safe with you, her body follows. Her guard drops. Her energy softens. She wants to be close, not because you chased, but because you understood. That's quiet dominance. But it requires humility. It requires surrendering your ego. You must let go of the need to be right, the need to win, the need to speak just to feel important. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." It sounds simple, but most men never embody it. Listening is not about waiting. It's about tuning in, hearing the fear in her laughter, recognizing the weight behind her silence, seeing the emotion beneath her words. And when she realizes you've been present the whole time, you become irreplaceable. Because she doesn't need more words. She needs presence. So ask yourself, are you listening to reply or listening to understand? The man who listens without judgment, without hurry, without ego, that's the man she trusts with the words she's never told anyone else. And that, brother, is power. Secret 10. The power of spontaneity. Most men lose this over time, not because they stop caring, but because life becomes structured, predictable, safe. And while stability is important, predictability kills attraction. What reignites a woman's desire isn't routine. It's spontaneity. Not chaos, not recklessness, but the ability to act in the moment with presence, to surprise her, not with expensive gifts, but with your energy, to say, let's get out of here, and mean it, to shift the mood without overthinking, because women live in emotion, in rhythm, in constant movement. They crave the steadiness of your stability, but they also crave the spark of your unpredictability. It's a dance. And if all you bring is rhythm, she stops feeling the mystery. But when you combine calmness with surprise, that's when magic happens. Think about your own life. The memories you cherish most aren't the days that went exactly as planned. They're the unplanned road trips, the midnight walks, the impulsive choices that turned into stories you'll never forget. Women are the same. They don't remember perfection. They remember the moments when you made life feel alive. But here's the secret. Spontaneity isn't about being reckless. It's about being awake. It's proof that you haven't numbed out, that you still see opportunities, that you can act without needing everything scripted. The man who lives this way becomes more than a partner. He becomes an experience, and experiences are unforgettable. So next time you're with her, break the pattern, take a different turn, order something neither of you can pronounce. Kiss her suddenly without warning, not for effect, not for control, but because you felt the moment and acted on it. That's spontaneity. It keeps her curious. It keeps her wondering. And when she keeps wondering, she keeps reaching for you. Remember this: stability makes her feel safe, but spontaneity makes her feel alive. Master both, and you become the rare man who is not only her anchor, but also her spark.